Good morning, Boomer here in the car on his way back to the trail. It is Wednesday, June 24th, and I'm getting ready to get back to the trail and get started. Next major destination is Port Clinton. I've been there before. I've come down that steep descent, and I'm gonna tell you, it scared me, so I'm not looking forward to going down that hill. And my son brings up a good point that it's probably better going up the hill than it is down the hill, even though everybody that I've known that's gone up the hill has said the hill is a killer. But anyway, I'm gonna let him comment on that if he won't, because he's driving me right now away from his house and toward the trail. So any comments on that?
Well, I think the first thing I'd say is I probably ought to be holding the camera and not focused on driving, just because I think that would be a lot funner than you could grab the wheel and see if we still get there.
Oh, so we can play the big switcheroo. I drive the thing from here and you shoot the video from there.
The second thing is I'm glad people get to see me. You may not be able to see my shirt, but my shirt says Maverick and Goose 20. That's who I want to win the election this year. And I like their campaign slogan because it's bring back that love and feeling. And y'all, America, we need a love and feeling right now. I think the third thing I'd like to say is don't let this man fool you. He's from Northeast Tennessee. He can have a thicker accent if he wants one. He just chooses not to use it. And the fourth and final thing I want to say is the descent into Port Clinton is terrible. It's terrible. I mean, not just terrible, it's terrible. So y'all be careful out there if you're doing that, because that's scary. And I think that's all I got to say about that. Oh, my trail name is Junior, but Boomer Junior doesn't just work right. So anyways, I don't know. I just thought I'd say that. I have a trail name. I've had 3, but Junior's where I am now.
All right, thanks for that. I think.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I guess you can see that Boomer has passed on his propensity to talk too much to his son. At least that's what everyone tells me.
Yep.
But anyway, I've been very happy to be slack packed by him and do some Neros and a couple of Zeros since I've been in the area here, and I really enjoyed it. If I stayed around another day, I'd be sitting there thinking, oh, I really like this bed. I might just hang here for a while. So I need to get back on the trail and rough it a little bit and get some miles under my belt. And that's what I'm going to do today. So I will get back to you once he drops me off at the bridge in Swatara Gap. And I'll shoot a quick video there, and we'll get on the road and get towards the 501 shelter, Port Clinton, and points beyond. So this is Boomer out. Talk to you later. All right, here I am at this bridge again, getting ready to cross over at this time. Head back on the Appalachian Trail and moving on down the road. Speaking of moving, that water's moving pretty fast down there. Looks like it's really going downhill. So anyway, I'm headed across the bridge and I'll get back with y'all later. All right, this is the trail across the bridge. As you can see, the bridge is behind me and I am between a state route and Interstate 81, and they're both really busy. I can hear traffic on both sides of me, but while I'm not crazy about walking on pavement like this, it's certainly smooth and I don't have to use my poles. So anyway, I'm going to walk for a little bit, and when I find something interesting, I will get back to you. All right, I've reached the top of the ridge, and it seems to me like anytime I get dropped off after a zero, it's always a long, steep climb to the top of the ridge. Either that, or I got lazy in one day, or perhaps it's both. But anyway, I'm on the top of this ridge, and I've got a view coming up in just a few minutes. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we'll probably stop and get some video of the William Penn shelter, since Pennsylvania is named for William Penn. We'll do that, and I'll get back to you guys in a little bit. Oh, and I do want to give a shout out to my son Randy, my daughter-in-law Amy, and my 2 granddaughters Madison and Haley for treating me so well while I was in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. And I'd like to apologize to them for falling asleep last night, because that's what old men do, we fall asleep. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Was just hiking along this trail. I'm on the top of the ridge and I'm fairly close to the William Penn shelter. And I was just struck by how pretty this is, with all these ferns growing up on both sides of the trail, the trees coming out of them. The skies are kind of blue, but it's a very pretty sight, and it's a very nice trail which is great because I've had an awful lot of rocks today too. Behind me is the William Penn Shelter. The state of Pennsylvania was named after William Penn. And I want to show you a little bit about the shelter. I'm not staying here. I'm just going to stop for a quick bathroom break and lunch break and everything, and just wanted to share a little bit about the shelter with you. This is a double-decker shelter, very tall. As you can see, there's an upstairs and a downstairs picnic table. Be a nice view, but too many trees. Let me show you the inside of the shelter. And there is a stairway up on this side and a stairway up on that side, and it's up pretty high. Looks like it's at least 10 or 12 feet. So I would imagine there's room for about 12, 13 people in here. But anyway, just wanted to stop for a second, and I'm going to eat something after I run to the privy, and then I will get back with you later. I just came on an opening and this nice view right here, and I definitely want to get this because that is beautiful. Looking great. And here is another view. Beautiful, gorgeous view. All sorts, except for the graffiti on the rocks. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, this busy road in front of me is Pennsylvania 501. Right across the street is where Randy and I parked when we hiked this once before. I parked right up close to that tree, I think. That big tree. So, anyway, we checked out that sign. And we also went right down here and took a picture with the Appalachian Trail sign, which I'm going to do again. But anyway, just wanted to shoot the video. Good morning, Thursday, June 25th. Boomer here. I stayed last night at the 501 shelter. Now, for those of you coming up behind me, at this point in time, you can't actually stay in the shelter. You either have to camp or hammock or whatever. But decent camp spots here. I just finished breaking down my tent and loading my pack, and I'm getting ready to head on. My destination today is Eagle's Nest Shelter, which is about 15 miles away, and I expect to be there by 3 to 4. So I will check back with you when I find something interesting. All right, just did the short hike from the campground back to the trail. As you see, I am back with the white blazes again. Now, I'm excited about today's hike because back a few years ago when Junior and I hiked this, it was raining and foggy the first day, and there were several supposedly killer views that we missed simply because we couldn't see anything. And you know, I've complained about that a lot in my videos, not being able to see things because of fog or bad weather and things like that. It is a gorgeous day. I don't see clouds in the sky. I hear a lot of small engine planes up there, which means those people who can fly visual rules only are out there getting their hours in and stuff like that. And of course, I'm gonna be glad to get away from 501, which is right behind me there. As you can tell, there's a lot of traffic on this particular road, and apparently they don't appreciate speed limits. But anyway, I'm going to start hiking down this trail, and I'll be back with you when I get to some of those views that I missed about 4 years ago. The rocks have been messing with me for quite a while, but they finally did produce a view. As you can see that valley out there, it's really pretty. But let me show you the rock field that I'm standing in right now. So as you can see, it's been kind of slow going. But anyway, I was glad to be able to bring you that view. This is what I've been looking for. Here's one of the views that I missed back in the day. And I think it's a really neat view. Love that farm down in the valley. And here we are on top again.
According to this marker, I have reached the 1,200 mile mark, and my Gut Hooks app confirms that. So I'm happy to be here, looking forward to 1,300.
Good morning, Boomer here. Friday, June 26th. I am leaving the Eagle's Nest Shelter and headed toward Port Clinton, Pennsylvania. looking forward to the trip. It's not going to be a long day. I think it's only 6+ miles into Port Clinton. So I'm looking forward to getting there leisurely and maybe finding something interesting to do for the rest of the day and evening before I start out again on tomorrow morning. So I will get back to you. I know there's some pretty views here, and I hope to, from the looks of the sky, they're going to be able to show me all they've got to show me. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'll share them with you when we get there. Early morning is really one of my favorite times to hike in the woods, and I'll show you the reason why. I just love the way the sunlight streams in through the trees, and it's just beautiful to me. So I'm going to share a little bit of my hike with you this morning. This is one of the few places in Pennsylvania that you don't desperately need to hang on to your poles, because it's actually a smooth path. Now, Pennsylvania is known for its rocks, and I think that's a well-deserved reputation, but they do occasionally have nice, smooth paths like this through very pretty sections, and it's best to try to enjoy them when you get to them, because I was just warned by someone who passed me going southbound that there was another rock field ahead to get ready for it. And I smiled and said, what else is new? But anyway, this is what the hike is looking like this morning thus far. And right now, definitely enjoying it. So I will let you go and get back with you later, because I'm not able to hold this thing as steady as I'd like to. I'm standing now on the rocks overlooking the Auburn Lookout. Now, why they're looking out for Auburn, I don't know. So far as I know, they're still hanging out in Alabama. I haven't heard anything different. But anyway, this is the Auburn Lookout. And Boomer wanted to share with you that there is a reason that he was called Clumsy Man in high school. Take a look at that. I went down again, scraped that off my cheek, broke a unit off my partial, and just generally had a lousy little incident there this morning. Now, I got lucky. Some friends of mine who know a little bit about first aid came along, and they've got a first aid kit, and we're going to meet in Port Clinton, and they're going to do the best they can with this before I go on to have it looked at. But I just wanted to share with you that when I was in high school, guess what my nickname was? 3, 2, 1, Clumsy Man. Wonder how I got that. But anyway, I'm moving on towards Port Clinton. I'm not that far away, and looking forward to getting there. So I'll get back with you later.
You getting gloomy, Nick? I just wanted to stop breathing for 1 second.
So we have an abrasion and a laceration here.
And a train coming by.
It does burn a bit.
Yeah, sorry. its length.
Well, hopefully I'm done that for today. I would have put the shower in, but I'll be careful. I'm just trying to figure out how to wash my hair without.
No, that'll be okay.
You could always take a really big wad of like napkins, loosely tape it over the area, and then remove it after you shower.
Maybe use a big Band-Aid, put it over. I could do that. All right, Boomer here at the St. John's Church Pavilion here in Port Clinton. Show you a little bit about this. They provide this and let the hikers use it when they come into town. So there are 3 of us here tonight so far. There may be more. But as you can see, we just went ahead and set up our tents and or our hammocks and making ourselves at home here. So they've got some Gatorade, some Pop-Tarts, they've got fresh water. And I've been guaranteed by my friend Mumbles, who stayed here during a thunderstorm the other night. He said I stayed nice and dry. And we're going to head out here in just a little bit and go find something to eat. So I'll get back with you all later.
Good morning. Today is Saturday, June 27th. Boomer here. Just wanted to check in with you. Was planning to hike today, but it's definitely raining out there.